Right. All right. So we're starting with result and connecting the business strategy to marketing. And geez, we could talk for hours just on that alone, Glenn. So let's park that for today and say, once you know what you want to do with your marketing, we need to have a look at who you're speaking to. And then, look, that absolutely makes sense. So how do we know who our audience is?
Yep. So audience is the start point. We know what our result is. That's going to support our business objective. The thing with our marketing and our audience is that no consumers are created equal. They're all different. So there's the Pareto principle, which many would have heard of, the 80-20 rule. And that says that 80% of the value, 80% of our customers that are actually delivering value to our business come from 20% of the audience. So our job is to find out who that 20% that deliver 80% of the value.
Yep.
That's the key piece. How do we do that? Well, if we have data, that's a great place to start. So actually looking at our current customers and going, which ones are low value? So that maybe they buy once a year or twice a year and they buy a low value product. Which ones are medium and which ones are high value? Now, if we can isolate those high value customers, we can then go out and look for more customers that look like them.
Fantastic. And you noted it down to a concept that was popularized by Kevin Kelly, sometimes called the most interesting person in the world.
Yep.
Well, how does he approach this?
So he talked about having 1,000 true fans. And really what he's getting at is that you want to be targeting the smallest possible audience to get the job done for you. Malcolm Gladwell, who many of you will know, has written a number of books, wrote a book called The Tipping Point, talked about a very similar concept. He talked about the law of the few. And he said actually to create real momentum and what he called epidemics, where things just take off, you need to target just the right people that are actually going to make that effect more explosive. So he talked about finding the influencers or the connectors. Both him and Kevin really saying the same thing.
And I think what this boils down to, Glenn, the way he's saying is most businesses say, let's just get our brand out there. Let's appeal to everyone. We are the business for everyone. And what you're saying is make a choice.
Yeah. Everyone is kind of no one.
Great.
So we need to be for someone.
Okay. So let's stand for someone. Once you have that someone, what are we actually going to do with them to essentially grow the business? Yeah.
So another thought when it comes to who we talk to is to understand that there's only really 4 ways we can grow a business. We can grow the market. Generally, that's just what a market leader would do. If you're Coca-Cola or you're Facebook, you look to grow the market.
So that's getting more people. If you're a pool cleaner, getting more people to clean their pools, or more people with pools.
Yeah, getting people who have pools to have cleaners, or to expand geographically, for example, so your market size is bigger.
Right.
Oftentimes, that's not an option for businesses. The next option is to steal share from someone else. So go to the pool cleaner down the road and try and take their customers.
Start knocking on neighbours' doors and get them to come to you.
Yeah, and that's the predatory approach, which you discussed with Ashton in episode 1, which is to make sure that our messaging works for us. The other 2 ways, though, which I think are interesting when it comes to who we target, both focus on our current customers.
Right.
So the 2 other ways to grow the market, which are here, are to get our current customers to spend more. So what can we do to get them to buy something that's of higher value, or to get them to buy more often? And oftentimes that can be a more effective spend against them than to go out and acquire new customers altogether, because of a fundamental law of marketing, or a ratio, which we call 1-4-7.
Great. So those who watched episode 1 would be well familiar with that. It's worth you recapping it for those who are new to the show.
Yeah, so that says, look, if it costs $1 to keep a customer, costs $4 to upsell them or cross-sell them to something else, and $7 to acquire an entirely new customer. So we may as well make sure that we've exhausted our current customers before going out to the market.
There's a big insight there, Glenn, really focusing with what you've got already before you go out looking for new ones, which is counterintuitive to what people think marketing is.